Hi, Tamal. Welcome to the Banking Show. This week in your column, you've talked about new challenges, in fact, on the banking turf. And I see that the way you've explained it, it varies from bank to bank. Can you take us through the broad trends that have emerged after the results and what are the challenges that you see for these banks?
Yeah, thanks, Ruchika. Uh, it was little late because I was waiting for all the bank to come up with their December quarter earnings. So what is happening is the past 6 quarters, what we have seen that we are every quarter we are going gaga over the great performance of Indian banks. Our focus is on their um, net profit, and of course, repeatedly we have been saying that their health is pretty good because NPAs are coming down, have come down to historic low, and so the provision coverage ratio, not provision coverage ratio, but the provision in absolute term is going down. Provision was actually eating out most of their operating profit, a large part of their operating profit that is coming down. That has been the trend. Now, what if you go for the December quarter earnings? What we see is this: yes, the trend of that trend continues, so that the provision is coming down, and net profit is going up, and of course, as far as the NPAs are concerned, they're pretty contained, not too much of fresh slippages. We're talking about new slippages on personal loans, retail loans, etc., but that's not much of an headache. The biggest two key challenge, and they are interrelated, I would say, is this one is this the it's not exactly new, but the focus is on there. How do you support the credit growth unless you have the right kind of deposit growth? And there, with bank to bank varies. You will see that some of the banks, their credit growth is 3, 4, 5 times than their deposit growth. Now, deposit is the raw material to which can be used apart from the capital to create new credit. So where do you do that? And second is the cost of. Till now, we are talking about cost of credit. That's the NPS. Now we are talking about the cost of deposits. Now it has to come down. I mean, unless you maintain the cost of deposit, which means you need to have more CASA, which is current and savings account, your NIM, so-called NIM, which is net interest margin, the money you earn from your giving loans and the money you spend on giving deposits, is coming down. NIM is coming down again. Most of the banks, if you see year on year basis, the CASA is coming down and NIM is coming down. They are related because CASA is the low cost fund. Now, why this is happening? Because the saving community are exploring the other investment avenue. They are shifting from savings bank to fixed deposit. They are shifting from savings bank or the banks to mutual fund. You see how the mutual fund AUM is going up. You see how the SIP is going up. And some of them also even shifting to direct equity market. You see how the demat accounts are rising. So it's something which the bankers have not seen. Most of the bankers, current bankers in their lifetime, which is 30, 35, 37 years, the senior bankers have seen. So that this is the new thing. You have to get the deposit, the CASA, you have to bring down their cost of funds, and you need to maintain the NIM. These are the new challenges.
Yeah. Tamal, the other big news last week was of the electoral bonds order of Supreme Court. I want to ask you a very basic question, that if the Supreme Court has told a bank to reveal the names of customers, so to say, will this come in the way of the confidentiality that banks are supposed to maintain about their customers? How will banks deal with it? How will the bank deal with it?
Yeah, it's a very critical question. I think there's a lot of confusion among people. Yes, if you go by the Banking Regulation Act norms, confidentiality need to be maintained. That is about your banking activities. Ruchika, you are a bank's customer. Now, Tamal cannot ask a bank about Ruchika's activities, the deposits and what she's doing with her money, etc., etc. But the Banking Regulation Act also gives certain exceptions, and one of the exception is this such a case where judiciary, the court, directs a bank to reveal certain information about an account, which is not exactly the personal issues, but it's something else, which is the case in the case of electoral bond. So the Banking Regulation Act will not come on the way revealing the details of electoral bond issuers and the money what they have given and to whom they are given. There's a clear exception, and that, I mean, as I said, that Supreme Court can prevail, and there is a clause within the Banking Regulation Act. So you can expect. You are looking for some excitement. You can expect the data will come out in the market. Yeah.
The other, I don't know if it is excitement, but RBI's action on Paytm recently.
Yeah.
Do you think there will be some sort of a spillover effect on the overall payments networks?
Yes, there will be a spillover effect, but that's a positive effect, I would say, because the regulator has made it very clear that it is not against innovation. So you would continue to see new instruments, and particularly, you say, Ruchika, that India is a vanguard as far as the payment system is concerned. Globally is the most, I would say, the most agile, and most of the things are happening. And there are many startups and there are many entities there. But I think it's a very stern warning to the entire that space, the entities who are who regulates them. That's a little vague area. They take certain advantages of that, and it's not exactly the way it should happen. In some of the cases happening. So yes, there will be a spillover effect. Those who wanted to circumvent certain certain rules and regulations and getting a shortcut, they will be warned, and it's a very stern warning that even Paytm cannot. Paytm is a synonymous with the payment system in India. Even Paytm cannot do that. So you guys have to be very careful. I think it's effect is there, but it's a very positive effect.
Yes. Indeed, they have set an example, maybe out of the action taken against Paytm, and all the other networks will heed RBI's caution. Thank you so much, Tamal, for sharing your thoughts and clarifying so many things about the pressure on NIMS and, of course, the electoral bonds issue as well. As always, thank you so much for joining. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
I am the blue of the limitless sky. I am the inspiration that led success soar high. I will achieve, I will fly high. I am the I in SBI.
I'm backed by the nation's trusted bank, SBI, the banker to every Indian.